Jack the Ripper was the name given to an unidentified serial killer who operated in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888. The murders occurred during a period of social tension, poverty, and overcrowding in the East End of London. Despite extensive police investigations and widespread public attention, the identity of the killer was never established. The crimes attributed to Jack the Ripper are generally referred to as the Whitechapel murders. Among these, 5 victims are widely accepted by historians and criminologists as the canonical 5. These murders occurred between August and November 1888 and followed a similar pattern, suggesting the involvement of a single perpetrator. Background of the Whitechapel area. In the late 19th century, Whitechapel was one of the poorest districts in London. The area was characterized by high population density, inadequate housing, unemployment, and crime. Many residents lived in lodging houses and struggled with economic instability. The district also had a significant number of women who relied on casual labor and prostitution to survive. This environment created conditions in which violent crimes could occur without immediate detection. Narrow streets, limited lighting, and overcrowded buildings made police surveillance difficult. These factors contributed to the complexity of the investigation into the murders. The first canonical murder, Mary Ann Nichols. On 31 August 1888, in the early hours of the morning, the body of Mary Ann Nichols was discovered in Bucks Row, Whitechapel. Nichols was a middle-aged woman who had been living in poverty. The circumstances of her death suggested that she had been attacked shortly before her body was found. The discovery of Nichols's body attracted the attention of local authorities and newspapers. At the time, violent crimes were not uncommon in Whitechapel, but the nature of this incident prompted speculation that it might be part of a larger pattern. Initial police inquiries focused on identifying witnesses and reconstructing Nichols's movements before her death, but no suspect was immediately identified. The second canonical murder, Annie Chapman. On 8 September 1888, Annie Chapman was found dead in the backyard of 29 Hanbury Street. Chapman, like Nichols, lived in poverty and had been seen in the area shortly before her death. The similarities between the two murders led investigators to suspect that the same individual might be responsible. Public reaction intensified after Chapman's death. Newspapers began to report extensively on the crimes, and fear spread among residents of Whitechapel. The police increased patrols in the district, but the identity of the perpetrator remained unknown. Growing public anxiety and media attention. By mid-September 1888, the murders had become a major topic of public discussion. Newspapers published detailed reports, editorials, and letters from readers. Some articles suggested that the crimes were the work of a single serial killer, while others speculated about gangs, foreign criminals, or conspiracies. The media coverage contributed to the atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Residents of Whitechapel reported feeling unsafe, particularly at night. Local authorities faced pressure to solve the case quickly, but the lack of concrete evidence hindered progress. The double event, Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes. On 30 September 1888, 2 murders occurred within a short period of time, an event later referred to as the double event. Elizabeth Stride was found in Dutfield's Yard, Burner Street, during the early hours of the morning. Shortly afterward, Catherine Eddowes was discovered in Mitre Square, within the City of London. The close timing of these 2 incidents strengthened the belief that a single perpetrator was responsible. The double event marked a turning point in the case. The rapid succession of murders suggested that the killer was acting with boldness and familiarity with the area. The geographical spread of the crime scenes also indicated that the perpetrator could move across district boundaries without detection. The final canonical murder, Mary Jane Kelly. On 9 November 1888, Mary Jane Kelly was found dead in her room at 13 Miller's Court. Kelly was younger than the previous victims and lived in a small rented room. Her death is generally regarded as the final canonical murder attributed to Jack the Ripper. After Kelly's death, No further murders with the same distinctive pattern were officially linked to the killer. Although additional violent crimes occurred in London in subsequent years, none were conclusively attributed to Jack the Ripper. Police investigations. The investigation into the Whitechapel murders was conducted primarily by the Metropolitan Police and the City of London Police. Detectives interviewed witnesses, examined crime scenes, and pursued numerous leads. However, the limited forensic technology of the time made it difficult to gather conclusive evidence.